What's up? Honor Herman 26 here to give my ROH 8th anniversary show review. Overall, this show was... I'm sorry for this review is late again, you guys, but overall, this show is very, very good. Actually, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Two very, very strong matches on the card, and basically a great event in Ring of Honor. I know a lot of the NYC fans really weren't looking forward to this event because of the main event and what had happened previously at Final Battle, but ROH proved themselves in a huge way on this night, I believe. I mean, I didn't hear a lot of Pierce fans saying anything bad about this DVD or bad about him after seeing how well he booked this main event, and plus it was an awesome match besides that too. So let's get to the card. For the opener was Roderick versus the Ring of Honor returning Brian Kendrick, and this is looking like a one-time thing because he signed with TNA. This was a very, very good match. Actually, really liked it a lot. Just kind of, you can tell that Kendrick still has a lot of good wrestling still in him after being in WWE, because he was able to put on a high-paced match with Roderick Strong. It kind of was slow in parts, but then it picked up, and it was just a really, really good opener. I liked it a lot. Strong looked very, very good here. Booking was great, and just Kendrick made Strong look very, very good. I mean, Kendrick was kind of taken as a real deal, meaning because he was in Ring of Honor in the early days, and he was taken seriously even though it wasn't that big then. So he still had that thing going on, that same thing going on now. In ROH, which looked very good and put Strong over in a huge way, so I really liked it a lot. 3 1/4. Then we got to a match that I thought was going to be a little more squashy, but actually I was entertained by a little bit. Kings of Wrestling versus the Bravado Brothers. Bravado Brothers, if you haven't seen them while wrestling on Ring of Honor pre-shows, I did see them live December 18th in Manassas. They were pretty impressive on the pre-shows. They were like in a 6-man tag with Bobby Dempsey and some local guys. But anyway, the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, looked awfully, awfully impressive here. I mean, no matter they got the titles, just they have looked so impressive since coming back together. I mean, their match at the Big Bang, which is kind of a little out of order here, but still, how impressive they looked at SoCal Showdown here. I mean, just all the stuff I've seen from them since they've been reunited has just been absolutely amazing. It's been great. No wonder they have titles. They're such a hot tag team right now, and those of you that didn't see, they are going to be facing the Machine Guns May 8th. I don't know why they're not going to be in Manassas. I'm pissed, but anyway, back to the review. This match was actually, thought it was going to be a little more squashy, but it was actually very, very good. For what it was very, very good. So I liked it a lot, 2.5, but I mean, it's very predictable who's going over here. Then we got to a match that I thought actually should have been a lot better. Eddie Kingston and the Necro Butcher versus Erick, Stevens, and Joey Ryan in a no DQ tag match. 3 out of these 4 guys work great in the style. Kingston, Necro, and Erick Stevens. Joey Ryan has proven that in long, drawn-out, hardcore matches he can do a good job, but for whatever reason here, he didn't do all that much. I don't really know why. He looked okay here, but the MVP of this match was probably Necro Butcher. I mean, they wanted to continue this Butcher versus Stevens feud, and they did that a very good job, but besides that, wasn't all that much. Kingston looked okay. It was just an okay, forgettable match, honestly. I mean, they need to do a better job if they want to continue this feud with matches like this. 2.5, and probably the worst match of the night. Well, yeah, I mean, the match that has the worst star rating, really. I mean, it wasn't really for a match. It was way more for storyline progression. That did a better job putting over storyline than Eddie Kingston Necro Butcher did. So, I mean, as a match itself, it was the worst match according to star ratings tonight was Steen and Cabana, but wrestling-wise, was Kingston, Butcher, Stevens, and Ryan. Then we get to a very, very awesome match in the mid-card. El Generico versus Davey Richards. These are 2 awesome wrestlers. Davey Richards, but one of the best wrestlers in the world. El Generico, kind of proving himself on his own. And, you know, they have great chemistry. They've had matches in the past. I believe in PWG they had a couple of matches in like their a little bit early days. And then they had matches all against each other in the feud, American Wolf, Steen, and Generico, last year. So, I mean, they had a lot of training to put on a great match here, and they definitely delivered. This got a lot of time, which I definitely liked, and they definitely delivered in a huge way. Wow, I really, really, really liked this match. And one more thing about this match, Cabana was in Generico's corner, so Cabana, every time Generico kind of needed a little inspiration, looked over at Cabana. A little more good storyline telling in this match. It was really, really good. I liked it. 4 1/4, and Davey's going to turn face at some point. I think they might turn the Wolves face soon, because he was playing like a very good face in this match, just like he was at the Big Bang. So I don't know what to expect from Davey Richards in the future, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. 4 1/4, and it was a pretty strong 4 1/4 at that. Then we get intermission. Then we get to the Briscoe brothers versus Dark City Fight Club for the Ring of Honor World title. It was a little predictable who's going to win this match. I mean, the Dark City Fight Club aren't on every show, but this is a pretty good match because the Dark City Fight Club is just so over in NYC because of their style. But I thought this match would even be a little better than it was. I mean, these are two very, very good brawling tag teams, especially the Dark City Fight Club, since they're a lot bigger than most tag teams are in Ring of Honor. Actually, they probably are the biggest, yeah. But anyway, this match should have gone a little bit longer. I mean, the finish kind of came out of nowhere, but it was still very, very good. It was good, but it wasn't spectacular. I'll say that. Obviously, the Briscoes, they're trying to set up Briscoe Kingston Wrestling. This is kind of a match to kind of set that up after you get like a little bit of a brawling segment, but it was still very, very good. 3 stars. Then we got to a 4-corner survival. Kenny King. For Kenny King's pick 6 spot, Kenny King versus Delirious versus Steve Corino versus Rasche Brown. Steve Corino was mad over in this match. I mean, he got a King of Old School chant. I believe that's his nickname. I don't remember. I mean, I wasn't a fan of him. I didn't watch the original ECW. I got a fan of December of 01, so that might have been the chant. Like, King of Old School, yeah, Steve Corino. And he also got a Steve Corino chant as well. Rasche Brown looked very over here. He looked very good for a big man, especially. Delirious was okay here. I actually really Delirious is kind of picking up a little more steam. He's been stale for a long time, but he seems to be picking up a little more steam now, which is good. And Kenny King looked impressive. I mean, he's definitely coming into his own now. So just put all these 4 together. It was kind of okay. I mean, 4-corner survivals really isn't the best way to kind of showcase your talent, but it was still okay. I liked it, but it wasn't all that phenomenal. I mean, and I don't really think Delirious is a viable contender to Tyler Black. Austin Aries at the time, and you guys know. But anyway, just this match was just okay. I mean, it didn't go all that long, but you know, it was okay for what it was, 2.5. Then you got a great match for storyline development, but as a match itself wasn't all that phenomenal. Steen versus Colt Cabana. This was scheduled just to be a showdown or like a face-to-face confrontation about what Steen did to Generico, but then you had Corino come into the picture, and it just turned very, very personal very, very quickly between these two, and they did a very good job of selling that. They did still have their mic work kind of thing beforehand, and it set up this match even better, and just as a whole kind of segment, it was very, very good. Had Generico and Steen be in the ring together for the first time, which was just kind of building towards what happened at the Big Bang, which was excellent. I really, really liked it. 2 stars. But that's for the match. But as a segment, it was just a great segment. But that was only a preview of what was to come, because the one at the Big Bang was just phenomenal. Then we get to the Ring of Honor World Title match, Austin Aries versus Tyler Black. This is one of the best booked ROH World Title matches, not only because of the title change, but just how you could see that a lot of the Final Battle disrespectful people that were there. Some of them were there for this match for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna be disrespectful, why are you gonna support something like that? But anyway, I'm glad they came to the show. But you could tell that some of them were there, and they just went away little by little. But after the time that Black super kicked Cornette, all of them were gone. You could not tell any of them, and the crowd got so hot for Tyler Black by the end of this match. And itself as a match just told an awesome story. And it was an awesome match by itself as well. This was the best Ring of Honor World Title match since I think this was better than Omega and Aries, the Omega Effect. So since Aries versus Richards, and before Aries versus Richards, it probably was better than Aries versus Danielson from Chicago. Well, Final Countdown from Chicago. Better than probably any match Aries had in his title reign, except for Aries versus Richards. Jerry Lynn, better than any match he had during his title reign. So you got to go back to the reign of Nigel McGuinness, pretty much. Probably rising above 08, Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson. They're no longer in Ring of Honor, but probably have to go back to that match. Actually, this might have been even better than that. So you got to go back a long way. Outside of Aries versus Richards, you got to go back a long way to find a better ROH title match than this. It's a strong 4.5. This was amazing. Worth the price of this DVD alone. I'm giving this an 8.25. Pick this up if you haven't already. Sorry this is a little late, you guys. I'll see you guys later.